Alright, today's project is going to be our exhaust system. Our stock exhaust has been heavily trail modified for high clearance, and we don't really want to keep doing that. And I also want to just clear out that space in the back part of the truck there for some storage. So we're going to shorten the exhaust and have it exit in front of the rear tire. And in order to help us do that, I got a few things. So we got a new muffler to replace ours that had a bunch of holes rusted through it. I went with a Dynomax Super Turbo muffler. I read that it is supposed to be quiet and small, which will help me shorten the exhaust by a few feet. And we got a couple of exhaust clamps and some bent tubing that will cut and weld to figure out how to route it out the way we want it to. So the exhaust, of course, is normally on exhaust hangers, allowing for the necessary movement in the system during normal operation. But I don't want it to move around while I'm trying to cut it, so I used some wood and a clamp to hold it in place on one of the frame cross members here. Alright, I got a couple pieces clamped together here, just trying to kind of mock up how I think the exhaust is going to run and make all the little pieces. Well, this is my first try at welding exhaust and trying to do something called stitch welding, where it's basically just a series of tacks. Unfortunately, my cut on this bent piece here with the angle grinder wasn't very accurate, so I had some gaps to fill, which definitely added to the difficulty right here. And then this part was all pretty close, not too much of a gap, but a little bit here. And you can definitely see I had to kind of just try to stack material to fill the gap, but it was pretty tough to do without burning through. Alright, so that time my cuts on the tubing were a bit better, and that definitely made things a lot easier. Still had a couple spots where I think I had a little bit too much stick out and the weld's sitting pretty proud, but all in all, that one went a lot smoother. Alright, we've got all the tubing welded up and clamped in place. Everything's in there, seems to be fitting pretty good. Got a decent amount of clearance around the frame and the subframe and the truck cab. So now we're going to make the hangers using the stock Toyota bushing for the tailpipe to help support this end of the exhaust. We're going to cut the hangers off of the stock exhaust and try to bend them and reuse those, since they'll fit correctly into the OEM bushing. Alright, so I used a little bit of scrap angle iron and one of the exhaust hangers that I cut off of the old exhaust and made this little spacer that I'm going to be putting onto the new exhaust that will hopefully line everything up with that bushing, and we'll be good to go. I'm pretty happy with how things came out. The exhaust is a couple pounds lighter, it hopefully won't be getting dragged down the trail anymore, and it really opens up the space behind the rear tire for storage. I don't think it's any louder, but a longer drive with the passenger window down will be the real test. If you're interested in the parts or tools I used, you can check out the links in the description box. Most of those are affiliate links, and using them does help support the creation of this content, so thanks for that. And until next time, thanks for watching.